Valorant's patch 10.4 is out in 2 days. Here's an early look at the changes. First of all, for Clove, metal no longer explodes after a set time in the air, and instead it now explodes 0.75 seconds after making contact with the ground. Essentially, this is a small buff to using it really close to you, but in any other case the enemy has more time to react. The cooldown on Clove's smoke was also increased from 30 seconds up to 40 seconds, then a big change to Clove's pick-me-up. The speed duration was massively decreased from 8 seconds down to 3, however the health buff was increased from 8 seconds back up to 10 seconds. Next is an interesting change to Deadlock. Her wall and Gravnet are swapping abilities. This means her wall is now on C and costs 400 credits, meanwhile her Gravnet is on E and has a 40-second cooldown. To account for this, the Gravnet duration was slightly decreased from 16 meters to 13 meters, and there were some slight audio changes too. Next up we have some changes to ISO. They increased the bullet tag when your shield is broken, so now you'll move a little bit slower. His undercut got a few changes. The charges decreased from 2 down to 1, the cost increased from 200 up to 300, however undercut will now also suppress as well as vulnerable enemies for a total of 4 seconds. For contingency, an alternate fire option was added so you can choose to send out the wall at half the speed without affecting the overall duration. Finally, for ISO, they fixed a bug with its ultimate, so you will now always start it with a double tap buff to ensure an orb spawns upon winning. Lastly, for agents, Tejo is receiving a small nerf. The damage for guided salvo was decreased from 70 down to 65, and it now also deals 50% damage to non-player objects, meaning it no longer breaks the killjoy lockdown. Ascent returns to the map pool and there is an update to B main. The wall here was reinforced so that it is no longer penetrable. Otherwise, that's everything in patch 10.4. Again, it's releasing on either Wednesday or Thursday depending on your time zone. Let me know what you think of these changes.